Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Menace. Last time we hit our first major milestone in the campaign and unlocked the rogue army as an enemy. Now we do have an operation to take them on, but it's not a good idea to do that straight away. We have 4 ops before that runs out. What we're going to do is we're going to take on the pirates on Dice of the Gods, but the pirates will now be upgraded. So we're no longer looking at just fighting standard outcasts and pirate squads. They will have a lot more vehicles and advanced troops in their units. So one of the things I've done to prepare for this is I have sold a whole ton of just random rubbish that we had in our inventory, and I have bought for Rhea an alternate, instead of the rocket organ, which is very good against massed troops, I've got an autocannon. So we can now deploy with an autocannon, which is very good armor damage and armor penetration, and the MMG. It does make Rhea a little bit more expensive because we're spending 65 points on an autocannon, but I think it's very, very good. We're also going to have to rebuild our squads a little bit to be more focused on an anti-tank role, because what's going to happen is some of these missions we are going to get swarmed by light vehicles, and it doesn't matter how good your squads are if they don't have anti-tank weapons. They will just get decimated. They'll get flanked and suppressed and murdered to death. The other thing we have to be aware of is right now Pike is weary. So if I were to deploy Pike into an operation or a mission right now, he will get massive penalties. Like, I think it's minus 40% on most of his important stats. So we are going to unequip his squad and remove him from the mission completely, which means we will be taking Yaz as his replacement, which is why I hired Yaz in the first place. We have to put 2 squaddies in his squad before we can take them on. Let's have a look at what missions we have available on Dice of the Gods. This is going to be a much bigger operation than what we've dealt with before. So we already have, well, it's not bigger, but higher stakes, I would say. We have 3 starting options here. We have Seize Ground-to-Air Missile Site, we have Secure Repair Depot, we have Hunt Down Saboteurs. The Secure Repair Depot mission gives us the ability to repair our vehicles for free. We don't actually need that right now because we have 2 APCs. So if one gets damaged, we can switch to the other one, and as long as we don't lose it, like get the APC damage in every fight, we're fine. Hunt Down Saboteurs will get us a random pirate infantry weapon. Honestly, I'm not that big a fan of pirate infantry equipment. It's usually not that great, although the pirate assault rifle isn't too bad. So I think the focus here has to be the Seize the Ground-to-Air Missile Site. Now you'll notice this is red, and this is because this is giving the pirates a buff. So while this exists, the pirates get an additional 10% army points on deployment. We want to get rid of that. This is a 2 difficulty mission. This is the mission we're going to do. That will lead us to a retained spaceport mission, which is a defense. Send attachment to hold the port. It's a capture and defend mission. It shouldn't be too hard. That gets us 10% more supplies for the last mission, which is a defeat pirate force mission in their base. So let's go ahead and prepare for the GTAM site mission. These missions are now going to be me taking a lot more time to prepare because we need to build these out properly. So this mission is, on the surface, very straightforward. We have to capture 2 points. It looks like there's a mountain or something in the middle here that blocks line of sight. Anything that's like shaded like this is a line of sight blocker. What I am noticing straight away is there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enemies on the map. Now you might be thinking, oh, this is going to be an easy mission. There's only 6 enemies. But if you remember, if we go back to here, this is a difficulty 2 mission. If we have a look at this mission here, which is a difficulty 1, you can see that we have, we'll just wait for it to generate. Okay, it's only generating with 4 enemies. That's not the greatest example. Is this this is a level 2 mission? If we have a look at this one, you can see there's quite a lot of enemies on the map. So when you have a difficulty 2 mission with a lot of enemies, you're dealing with a lot of infantry. But if you're looking at a difficulty 2 mission and what you're seeing is not very many enemies, you're probably dealing with vehicles. So we need to make sure our squads are ready to fight vehicles. This is going to be a hard mission because there's not much cover, especially around this base here. It might be worth us sprinting to this to take cover in it, because I think if we take here first and then have to assault this position and the enemies have already moved in to defend it, it's going to be very, very hard for us because there's just no cover protecting the base at all. Now, there's a few things we can do to help out with that. First of all, we're going to take Rhea with the autocannon. I think that's going to be very, very important for us. We're also going to mess around with the equipment on our squads a little bit. So at the moment, I've got the PAL on Tech's team. The PAL is fine on his team, but it is a long-range rocket launcher with a minimum range and very low ammo count, which doesn't go very well with his use of an SMG, which, by the way, he's not going to be using for this mission either. If you look, we've got lots of wide open spaces. The SMG is not going to be great for close-range fighting in this. So we're going to drop that from him. We're going to drop the PAL from him. Now looking at Carter, she currently has an assault rifle. We're going to drop the assault rifle from her. I'm going to go into her deployment, or her promotions, and we're going to grab share the load. So this gives her an extra ammo for a special weapon for each squaddy, which is very, very useful. So we're going to grab that for 40 promotion points. And then we're going to grab and give her the power rocket launcher. Now, at the beginning of the mission, she's not going to be particularly accurate with this thing, but as the mission goes on, her squad will get more and more accurate with it, and the more squaddies she has, the more shots she'll have with it, which gets over the lack of shots that it has. It's actually a very, very good weapon. It just, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of ammo. Now, we're going to give her squad crowbars for this mission, and at the moment, I'm going to remove the extra ammo, because points are going to be tight here. Then, for Tech squad, I'm going to give them the R14 ARC assault rifle. We're going to give them a different secondary, and I'm thinking for this mission we're going to give them the EMP rifle. The EMP rifle is only 20 points to take, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots, and it will disable a vehicle on a hit. So it's just, I think, a useful weapon to have. It's not going to kill the vehicle, it's going to take it out of the turn order for return. Then we're also going to take Fedor's squad. Now, Fedor's squad is, you usually want him set up to do like lots of fear damage, morale damage. That's not going to be effective in this mission if we are indeed dealing with lots of vehicles. We're going to give his squad either a crowbar or the powered assault rifle. If you look at the stats, yeah, it's got to be the crowbar. The crowbar is so much better than the powered assault rifle. We also need to make sure that we equip his squad with armor, and I'm going to give his squad the anti-tank grenade launcher. Just so that we have some heavy weaponry here. Now, we're starting to get a little bit tight on points, but we have 89 remaining. We have 5 squaddies in Carter squad. We have 5 squaddies in Tech squad. I would like to bump up the amount of squaddies we have in Fedor squad. So I'd like to bring that up to 5 if I can. That leaves me with 32 points left. For the last of that, I'd like to give another... Can I give 2 squaddies? I can give 2 squaddies to Carter. That brings up the uses of the PAL to quite a lot. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to set up Rhea here. We're going to chuck Carter into Rhea's vehicle. So hang on, I'm going to put this the wrong way around. And we're going to race for this position with these two. And they're going to try and hold the line against incoming vehicles while Tech and Fedor rush in. Once we've taken and held this, we'll move as a group back around this way where there's cover and come into this base from behind. I do not want to push through this area where they have cover and they're protected. But my idea here is if we rush and take this area first and the enemy's set up here, assaulting this is going to be almost impossible. The one thing I don't have, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is I don't have any smoke. And smoke might be really, really important here. So if I drop 1 squaddie from Carter's squad, I can give Tech squad smoke. And I have 6 points left. And with that 6 points, I'm going to give Fedor squad some extra ammo. I think that's the way to do it. I do also have the ability to promote, but there is a promotion tax, which I think increases the cost of the squad slightly, so I don't want to do that. That's the plan. I'm definitely quite worried. This could be tough. Let's deploy and see what happens. Also, the longest prep for Mission to Menace ever. I've actually really thought about this. Let's go. Alright, it is snowing, which is not a great start. It is also, unfortunately, for some reason, Rhea has deployed facing the wrong direction, which doesn't help me very much either. We'll move Tech squad forward first. Now, I know this is a deployment weapon and we're not making the best use of Tech's ability yet. That will change over time. Then I'm going to move Fedor's squad. Fedor's squad does need to deploy with this thing, but they don't need to be too close, and I'm pretty sure it has a very long range. It has a huge range, so they can sit out of line of sight and just pop vehicles with the grenade launcher, hopefully. We never really used it that much against vehicles yet. We got it very, very early on. Put Carter in the APC. And you'll see that she has 6 shots for this thing rather than 3, which is really, really useful. Okay. And then we're going to drive you forward. What's the range on your autocannon? The autocannon range is also very long. Slightly longer than the MG range. I also really love the turret on the APC when it's got the autocannon on it. Looks really cool. Alright, we're also just going to minimize this to get more screen real estate, and we're going to end the turn. So our objective is only maybe 1 turn further away. Rhea can't quite make it this turn. I'm going to keep sneaking forward with the infantry. See if we can spot any vehicles before we get here. We've got some cover here, which is nice. If we can maybe get Fedor set up here, I think that'd be a fantastic position for him. Sorry, it's Fedor, not Yaz. Well, I'll check that in a second. Yeah, it's Fedor, not Yaz. I'm confusing him with the guy from the demo, I think. All right, let's move them to here. they do not have the... there's a skill that... if we just check Carda for a second. Carda and Tech have fleet of foot, which is why they're moving further than this squad here. They're also, I think, encumbered by the heavy weapon, which Tech would not be if he had the buff. Well, actually, anyone can be not encumbered by the buff ability. I'm just going to move the APC up to be in line with the infantry. I don't want to push it too far ahead too quickly, but there will probably be pirates moving into this position pretty soon. Okay, turn to turn 3. We're going to move forward with Tech first. He can get into cover here, which is a great starting position for his team. This looks like a horrendous position, by the way. Like, horrendous, like, time to be fighting. Oh, that's a vehicle with a laser. That's not good for us. So this thing, pirate laser truck. A light truck armed with a high-powered laser request from a downed spacecraft. Highly accurate and effective against even heavily armored targets, but needs to constantly vent heat to keep firing. This is where things are going to get spicy. I can move this squad forward. I can actually, if I get them here, I can deploy them and they can actually engage this next turn, but I actually want them further forward because what I don't want to do is deploy here and then have enemy vehicles back here that are shooting on my squads that are in the capture zone and I can't support them with my anti-tank grenade launcher. So let's move the squad forward. They're currently invisible and they will remain invisible in that position. Okay, so autocannon is actually in range of this squad. So I can get 2 shots of the autocannon on this vehicle. I can do that, or I also want to move forward so I can get the Carda's team in position inside the capture zone so they can deploy so that they can use the missile launcher. So what I'm thinking is I'll take 1 test shot from back here. What's the accuracy profile like? The accuracy profile is actually very good with this gun. It peaks at 6 tiles, but it isn't that inaccurate at 10 tiles. It's actually pretty good. So we could take that shot. The other option is I move forward until I only have 1 shot. So we moved, what does it need? 40 MP. So we move forward to here. We take 1 shot with more accuracy, and Carda's squad can hop out and get into cover. And I think that is the superior move for us. Unless we mess this up and we lose the vehicle to the laser next turn, which is a possibility. Let's take the shot with the autocannon. I want to zoom in a little bit to see this. Okay, that did not do anything serious to this thing, which is bad for us. Let's end their turn. Now, Carda's squad does actually have a shot on this vehicle. It's a little bit of a waste for me to then to use the PAL and we should go first next turn. So I think I'm just going to run her team up into cover here for next turn. I could have taken the shot from back here. I think I'm okay not to. Let's end the turn. I don't want to deploy them here. I want to deploy them here inside the capture zone. Okay, we get the first action here. What I could do is I could EMP rifle this to disable it. What's the accuracy like on the EMP rifle? It's accurate at 1 tile, not very accurate past there. If I move her here, deploy, I think I'm going to move her in, deploy her, and then just shoot a rocket. It's a little bit of a waste of the rocket, but I want to keep the actually, I think it'll be inside our minimum range. No, it won't be. Let's just kill it with the... I think I'm just going to kill it with the autocannon. I think we're just going to use another shot from the autocannon here. Okay, that's it wiped out. Now I'm going to turn her to face this way. I don't want to move her too far forward because I don't want her to be suffering from anti-tank fire. We're going to end her turn. Going to move Carda into the capture zone. Okay, we've got an enemy vehicle with that... Ooh, okay. This, if you see that turret on the top, that's a twin-linked heavy machine gun. This is what I was really worried about coming into this mission. So this is a pirate heavy machine gun truck, an up-armored civilian truck fitted with a twin-linked heavy machine gun turret. It is surprisingly durable and can threaten both infantry and light vehicles. This is bad news for us. I'm going to deploy Carda's squad, and we are going to attempt to take this out with the L100. Even though we're hitting front armor, this thing doesn't have a lot of armor. This thing has amazing armor penetration and does a ton of armor damage, even if it doesn't kill it. Let's see what happens. Okay, they didn't destroy it, but they did disable the vehicle, which means it's not doing anything else this turn. I really want to get feeder squad into cover before I deploy them. So I am going to hold on for 1 more turn with them. They may spend a lot of this mission just running around. Next turn they will be able. I'm going to move tech squad to here and do I want them here or here? The armor's better here, and I'm going to deploy them. Just so that they've got a little bit of extra cover. Also, at the moment, all of my infantry is hidden because we've disabled this vehicle. I could have fired the EMP rifle, but that thing is already disabled, so I don't think I really need to. Alright, Gonna move Yaz's... I actually really like his squad in cover. So we're gonna activate Carter first. I'm gonna stand Carter's squad up. Move them to here. I'm gonna deploy them again. And unfortunately they don't have a shot this turn, but that's okay. This thing is still out of action. I'm going to take it out with the APC if I can, just so it doesn't come back to being active and murder me. I don't think I have a shot from here. I don't have a shot from here. I do have a shot from here. Let's see what the autocannon can do at this range. Nothing. Okay, frontal armor is too high. Let's get feeder squad into cover. And I've got enough to deploy them and deploy the gun. So if we just watch here... If I F3 it, we can actually see them get ready. So I've hit X, and then if I hit, I think, what was it? Was it 3 or 4? It was 4 to deploy the gun. Nice. Got it on its tripod mount. It's ready to fire. Okay. Tech squad, I just accidentally undeployed them. Let's EMP rifle this thing. I'm going to move them forward to here, and they won't have a shot, unfortunately. If I move them here, they will. I know I wasn't going to put them in this slot here last time, but I do want to move them forward. Do I have enough to deploy? I'm going to deploy them for increased accuracy, and then we're going to fire an EMP shot at this thing. It's out of range. Okay, that's a little bit worrying. I think I'm going to smoke here, because I don't want this thing to cut us to pieces. And then we'll bring the APC around on the flank. Because if this thing shoots us, it's really bad. Okay, I'm going to move the APC around to hopefully get a shot on this thing. I don't have a shot from here. I might have a shot from here. Okay, we're just going to turn and face in this case. We have almost captured this point. I could move Carter's squad to here to try and get a shot on it. But I don't think she's going to have enough AP to make that full move. I think we're just going to hold for now. There's something blocking the capture. I'm pretty sure the truck has moved forward. But I'm just going to let the smoke clear. I don't want to take too many risks here. And yeah, we'll just hold everybody. The grenade launcher has an insane range. Only got 8 shots though.
About time, man.
We'll just hold for the turn. Okay, that sounded like jump troopers jumping. So we've got some boarding commandos on this mission as well. Alright, let's... Okay, the vehicle has vanished, which is not good. We have captured the point though. I'm going to pick up Tech Squad first, and I'm going to move them to here to see what they can see. Okay, the truck has fully withdrawn. This then means that there are enemies set up in this capture point. So if we remembered our briefing, we were going to come back around this way and assault from this side where there was more cover. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to perform a tactical retreat. We're going to pull back along here and then come along this lateral line in order to assault the enemy from the most advantageous position for us. Hopefully taking use of this guard tower. So I'm going to pull Tech's team back to here. We do not need to be here anymore. We've captured the launcher battery. Actually, we've captured the... This is the acquisition radar, I'm pretty sure. And this is the launcher battery. Maybe not. No, this is the radar. So I'm not sure actually where the... Oh, yeah, these are the GTEMs here. Yeah, okay, this is the launcher battery. There are 4 actual missile launchers here. Makes a lot of sense. We need to break down the tripod. I think I'm going to end up putting this squad in the APC because they are the slowest, because they are encumbered. You can see here they've got encumbrance. Increases their movement per tile by 3. So we'll put them in the APC next turn. What? I'm just going to drive Rhea to here. Actually, I'll put her here. They can probably run to here. And then, yeah, there's definitely boarding commandos jumping around. We want that armor if we can. Alright, we'll just run Carter, get Carter to stand up, run Carter to here. At least she's getting all of her stacks ready before we get into a big engagement. Because there's going to be a few turns of me just moving around the map, I am going to speed through this section. So you'll see this in fast forward until we get into combat. Okay, welcome back. We've just relocated from over here all the way down to here. I've currently got everybody on what I think is the edge of the enemy's visibility. I've swapped Carter Squad for Fedor Squad in the APC. If we have a look, I just put her in the APC. That's her turnover. If we have a look at Fedor Squad, he currently has enough range to cover a lot of this. But I would like to creep him forward a little bit further if I can. I'm just need to be very careful about how greedy I am here. But I can use tech to deploy smoke if I end up too close. I'd love to get Carter Squad in cover behind this, and then maybe Tech Squad in or as close to the tower as possible for their closer range weapons. We also still have our Orbital Strike available too. So I'm going to move Feeder. I'm going to try and get Feeder's team here if I can, without revealing the enemy. Okay. There's the MG truck we found earlier. If we have a look, his range covers quite a lot of this area. But I mean, if I could get his grenade launchers in cover here, that would be phenomenal. They are currently revealed to the enemy, however. So, oh, that actually makes this extra nutty, because this thing is going to activate and shoot them. Let's just bring them back one tile so they're out of its range and hopefully no longer revealed to it. Yes, they are no longer revealed to it there. I'm going to just deploy them in case this thing moves forward and shoots at them.
What?
Okay. I'm going to bring tech. I'm going to deploy a smoke grenade here. So I need 40 points to 40 AP to deploy a smoke grenade. So from here, they can throw a smoke grenade. Because I do want to get my teams as far forward as I can. Okay, that's just a standard scavenger squad. But we are going to deploy a smoke grenade here to give Tech's team as much time as possible to get to that tower. Okay. And that's his team for this turn.
Okay.
Now, Rhea, if I can get a shot on that vehicle, we know that her autocannon is not great against it. The other option is I just push forward into the back of the smoke to deploy Carda into position. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave Fedor here. We're going to bring Tech forward to here. We're going to have Carda in cover here. And then with the APC behind to support. If I put the APC here, I don't know if we're going to be blocked on line of sight. I'm just thinking about the angle for Carter's team to get out and into here with as little AP as possible. They are, luckily, mechanized infantry, so it only costs 5 AP to get out. But need to remember that she only has base 80 AP. The other one, should I put her here? Ooh, okay. I think I'm going to move Ray up to here. Okay, that has revealed the vehicle. I'm not too... Let's actually bring her back one square. Perfect. Okay, fresh turn. We're going to start by getting Carda into this position. And I'm going to deploy her squad. So when the smoke clears, her squad is going to be ready to engage. There is another enemy squad here. Fader's squad has the range, but they don't have the line of sight right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to take Tech squad and move them into the smoke. And next turn, they're going to bound to the tower. This is the most dangerous part of this maneuver. The other option is I bring them around here, or I put them in the APC until it's safe for them to do stuff outside the APC. I'm actually quite worried about moving them into this position. I think they're just going to get suppressed to hell before anything happens. So I'm going to just put them in the APC for now. They don't have mech infantry, so it is going to cost them a little bit more to get out of it. But this at least gives them the cover, and I can move the APC forward, and next turn I can deploy behind it. I could also smash through the fence here and deploy them here where they've got a flank on the enemy. I'm not going to use this yet until I get a better picture of what the enemies are doing. Okay, Feeder Squad is just going to deploy the grenade launcher. And there's nothing else they can do this turn. Okay, Rhea is available. It's just her. Since it's the end of the turn, we're going to try and take some shots on that tank. But I need line of sight. Okay, that means it's moved. If I can't see it right now, it has moved. I'm going to keep bringing her this way so I can deploy Tech Squad over here. That's the plan. Information is everything, and because we're in the middle of a snowstorm, visibility is reduced by 1, detection is reduced by 1, and we don't have Pike, who normally has Scout, to give us the extra view distance we use and take advantage of. Okay, that's an enemy weapons team in a vehicle. That is a boarding commando squad. They have an amazing SMG. They have deployed themselves without any cover, but they do have a lot of armor. That is the vehicle that has been hunting us this whole time. That is a... Oof. Okay, a light vehicle with a laser. Now, we've got 2 shots here with this team. I want to open up with them. So, grenade launcher on this thing first, because this... well, they both fired. But I'm going to open up on this first with the grenade launcher, not the... Yeah, full auto fire. Actually, we have 1 shot with the grenade launcher. I'm going to try and take this guy out. Okay. Didn't manage to kill it, but we took the steering out. I will just open up with the crowbars to see if we can finish it off. They do have a little bit of armor pen. Nah, okay. This thing's kind of messed up, though. Too long a range for boarding cars. That is one hell of a grenade throw, though. Okay. Whatever. We're going to open up on this with the autocannon. This should be a good kill.
Bring bigger guns.
Yeah, it's an engine damage, but it doesn't die. Let's bring them forward a little bit. And then we will... Did it just overheat? Okay. Let's get Carter's squad to finish this off. And then that's her turn over. There's another laser further back. That's pounding us. Alright, let's get Tech Squad out of the APC. I'm going to move them to here. They're going to engage. Do they have enough to engage? No. They're going to have to come out the back and engage. Because I put them here. They're going to have enough for a shot here. I don't know if it's going to be enough to take these guys out. But this gives them cover against all of this stuff over here. No, this is the better position. I've got enough to deploy them, and then they can shoot at these guys who have no cover. Oh, they've got counterattack. We should probably study these guys. So these are pirate boarding commandos, a team of heavily armored outlaws specialized in boarding and passing spacecraft through violent means. They have a boarding commando jet suit, they've got a pirate-looted personal defense weapons, thermite grenades, and flashbangs. And we now know that they have the counterattack ability. So when you shoot them, they shoot back. But they'll only do that once per turn. Alright, I'm still not going to deploy the missile yet. I don't have enough information on my enemies. Carter's squad is getting banged up, though. Okay, we've got a machine gun or something back here. That's a chain gun. That's a chain gun squad. And they've just suppressed the crap out of Tech Squad. This thing could do a lot of damage with its dual heavy machine guns, but it looks like it's not shooting this turn. Did it just blow up? No, okay, it just fled. It just fled the battlefield. Okay, there's no shots for Fedor's team right now. Tech Squad is super... Can I get them... Like, they can't get into the vehicle. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to hit these guys. Now, the MMG has 40% armor penetration. The autocannon has 70. I don't know if the autocannon is the right choice for the boarding commandos. I'm going to do both weapons. Okay, that did some pretty decent damage. Let's suppress them now. Okay, that's the boarding commandos wiped out. That's going to get rid of a lot of the enemy's vision in this area. So, Carda's lost 2 squaddies. She's lost 2 squaddies. I'd like to get her squad into this building. At the moment, all of my team are hidden. This is very good cover. So, I'm going to move her team up to here. Okay, we do have another boarding commando squad. Because I've seen that, I'm going to pull her back. I do not want her getting in close range with these guys. So, I'm just going to deploy her again here. This is why I prepared so carefully for this mission, because we're up against much tougher enemies. Fedor's squad, I think, can afford to move forward. If I put them here, they've got a better line of sight down this angle. So I'm going to undeploy his squad. And I'm actually going to bring them to here. And they'll deploy and prepare to fire next turn. They have just enough AP to deploy, and fire. Okay, we've got another heavy machine gun truck moving in. Tech squad is all that's left. All I can do is end their turn. Okay, this thing is a nightmare for us. I think Carda is the best option for a quick attempt to do a lot of damage to it. So I'm going to get her to engage it. That did absolutely nothing. Yeah, Tech Squad is in a bad place. Fedor, I need your help. Deploy. Deploy the grenade launcher. Do some serious damage to this thing. Okay, that's the autoloader jam. That's good. We got a jam on the enemy vehicle. We now have another vehicle. This is a heavy tank with a flamethrower. This is a nightmare scenario, the pirate flamethrower tank. Once a civilian truck used in the colonization of new worlds, this vehicle is now a flamethrower on wheels. It has a heavy flamethrower. This will just wipe a whole squad out in seconds. I do not have time to redeploy for a flank, and unfortunately we don't have a shot on it with Rhea, but this is now public enemy number 1. Crap. I need to take both of these out, but I don't have enough action points. And unfortunately, Tech Squad is in a big trouble here. I have to move Rhea to engage this. If I move her here, let's see if she's got a shot. Autoloader damage on this makes me hope that it's not going to be able to fire again. Okay, we still don't have a shot. Here, I want to make sure I still have an autocannon shot at the end of the turn. Okay, we have a shot here. It's obviously not going to pen very well. Okay, we did do a lot of armor damage. It's hard to see, but we took out half of this thing's armor with that barrage, which makes it a better target for the grenade launcher. Let's just turn her to face forward, get her frontal armor facing the enemy, and then we'll end the turn. And then we're just going to get Tech Squad to crawl onto cover behind her. They're doing a good job, even though they haven't been able to shoot very much. Because they put the heavy armor, they are doing a good job of tanking for the rest of my team. Alright, we have to take this out. This, I haven't used the missile, by the way, because the missile is not great at killing vehicles. It's good for suppressing people. That was... What's this angle? That was a nightmare. I can't believe he just missed with that. Shoot it. Do what you can. This could kill Tech's whole squad. Okay, this thing went first. Looks like it's moving to a position where it can't actually shoot us. Carta, I really need you to connect with this rocket. Okay, small fire. That's good. Medium weapon system damage. That's great. Big fire. There's a good chance that it'll explode at the end of its next turn. Here comes the flamethrower. It might be pulling back. I think it's going to come forward. It's just stopping there. Alright. We don't have a shot on it with Rhea. If I move her here, I will have a shot on it, and I'll have taken some territory. And we can keep moving Tech Squad forward with her. Okay. That is a big threat dealt with. A very scary threat dealt with. Now, Tech Squad is still up. This thing is still available over here. I'm going to get his squad over here. Could also have smoked, but I didn't have the AP for smoking until this turn. More vehicles moving in. This is a machine gun. That's a chain gun turret tank. So it has a chain gun like the chain gun squads. That's what fired us before. It can jam. We've seen that before, though. It's not a new vehicle. I'm going to get Tech Squad up in the building. And we'll see if we can disable it with the EMP rifle. It's a long-range shot. Actually, the EMP rifle might not have range. But this will at least give me more vision. Yeah, the EMP rifle hasn't got range for that shot. We'll just tickle it with our assault rifles for something to do. But I have very light armor on this thing, so it's not too bad a proposition. And again, Tech Squad doing their job. And they just jammed the gun. Okay. Want to take this thing out. I'm going to bring Rhea so she still has a shot. I don't think she's going to have a shot, unfortunately. Let's... I'm thinking about what I want to do about this. I think I'm just going to move Rhea forward so that she's capturing. Or at least trying to capture. She's threatening the capture. And we'll hold her for this turn. She's actually out of autocannon shots as well. Okay, this vehicle's revealed itself. We can now hit it with a grenade launcher. Please do something, Fedor. Okay, crew injured. That's something. And it's fleeing. We'll tickle it with the rifles. Okay, that's fleeing. It's no longer a concern for us. I'm going to bring Carta up. Now, the only way in at the moment is through the back of here. But that's okay. We'll bring Carta to here for the moment. This is, by the way, so this hopefully displays to you why... Oh, God, boarding commandos. This is why I was so careful about my approach to this mission. Because if I'd gone with my... if I'd attacked here second, can you imagine fighting this battle over this with no cover at all? We're already struggling as it is with just these two pieces of cover. And we've used up most of our smoke. Now, these guys here are an issue. But the first thing I can engage with is Rhea. So we can suppress them with the MMG. And also use up their counterattack. I'm not looking to kill them here. I'm looking to pin them. And then I'm going to move Rhea here so that I've opened up this for my infantry to move in. Okay. Fedor will leave for the moment. I've got 2 shots with Tech Squad on these guys. Is sustained fire better for long range? It's about the same. Sustained stamina fire over a period of time with the goal to suppress. Yeah. We're not looking to suppress, we're looking to do damage. Now, they have good cover. We're just going to tickle them as much as we can. Not going to do very much from here. We need to get a flank on them. Yeah, very good cover from this wreck. But that'll at least make it harder for them to recover. Alright, let's go for Carta Squad. If I get Carta Squad to here, they will have... I can eventually get them here where we'll have a good shot on their side. I think this is one of the last remaining enemies. Let's get Fedor Squad up. Unfortunately, tripod weapons cannot be deployed on top of towers, so there's no point putting his squad up there. We'll probably just end up bringing them in and deploying them here. Okay, round 26. If I bring Carta Squad here, I unfortunately will not have enough AP for a spray. But at this range, so we're what, 1, 2, 3 tiles away, Spray actually has great accuracy from where she is. And they don't have great cover from this angle. If you look at the cover, the highlighted shield is the cover angle we're shooting from. They only have light cover from this angle. So we're going to spray these guys. We lost the squad because I didn't take counterattack into account. Need to remember that. Oh, we've got more vehicles back here. Carter Squad's in a bit of trouble. That wasn't the best play, honestly. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed, I think. Let's bring Rhea over to here. Showing our rear armor to the enemy, which is really smart. And we're going to hit them with the MMG. Okay, that's them pinned at least.
Die, Kutta.
Tech squad, I could bound them to here, and then next turn they can engage from close range. And this gun is really accurate at long. It's not super accurate, but it's tons of damage at close range. We'll get them to go first. Or we get Rhea to go first, and then we'll get Tech Squad to go after when the counterattack's been used up, so we don't end up losing another squaddy for no reason. And that's more squads in the capture point. Alright, we'll start with Rhea. I want to turn her around. And then I can actually move forward a little bit. So I've got 40. So I move her here. We're actually coming at them from the side, which is great. Alright, see what she can do with the MMG. Okay, only 2 of them left. And now we go for Tech Squad. We'll fire again, hopefully kill the squad. I want to get their armor. Okay, that's 2 Morning Commander squads killed, which is good for us. Let's get Fedor squad just over here, so I can free up some space in this area. Oh, there's a scavenger squad. We did lose track of them. Fedor squad can engage them. And there's a laser. Okay. We're still dealing with some pretty heavy enemies. Let's get Carter squad into the building, where next turn they can engage this with a missile. Okay, I'm going to try and take the vehicle out first. Don't have a rocket shot. I can kill this, or I can kill this. I think we need to deploy, and try and take this vehicle out. Almost killed it. Weapon system destroyed. Okay, that's fine. Big fire. This thing's gonna blow up. That's okay with them being suppressed. I do quite like Fedor's chats in his combat snaps. Okay, let's bring Tech Squad forward to see what we can see. This looks pretty clear. If I bring them around the corner, they don't have a shot, so I'm gonna hold them here for now. Okay, that was smart, because they would have walked right into that. Let's bring our vehicle up to here and so we're capping, and we'll get an MMG shot on this guy. The MMG should be able to pen its armor pretty nicely. This thing should blow up at the end of its turn. It's got a big fire. Kaboom. Alright, we need to get Carter to come and support Fedor. Let's see if she's got a shot from here. The angles should be okay. Obviously, this isn't cover. Doesn't have a shot. If I move her to here, she does have a shot. What I don't have is the ability to crouch. She also doesn't have a lot of team members left in her squad, but that's actually really nice. That was a great... Even though there's only a couple of people left in the squad, that worked really well. Let's undeploy Fedor. Move him to here. He won't have a shot, unfortunately. He don't... Actually, I should have just left him crouched. Okay. Good, he just jammed. Carter can go again. I can get 2 shots if I don't crouch. Okay, they're pinned. Okay, that's them pretty much under control. And now for you, just MMG this guy. Hit him twice. Nice work. The Yaz is so much fun. It is because his name is Fedor, but his name is Yaz. That's why I'm getting confused. Yeah, it's the same guy. Okay, you crouch and just engage with your rifles. Oh, that's what this is. It's because he's doing more scary damage to them. Okay, they're wiped out. We've actually completed the mission. I just noticed. Okay, mission complete. That was a bit sketchy. If we hadn't come in with so much anti-tank, I know I never used the EMP rifle. The range just didn't work out. But if we hadn't come in with so much anti-tank, I think we would have come out of this a lot worse. I think the autocannon made a big difference. But that's our first mission completed. So we got ourselves 24 promotion points. We took out the hidden supply stashes. We got ourselves the infantry boarding commander jet suit. We'll look at that in a second. We also got ourselves is this a heavy or a light? Medium. A medium MMG. We got ourselves and then some trash. All right, let's check very carefully. So Tech is now weary. Rhea is now weary, which means I can't deploy Tech or Rhea to our next mission, which makes the next mission is going to be pretty tough, and probably Carter will get weary after that. That was a spicy mission. We had to deal with a lot at the end there. And now we have probably an even spicier mission to deal with, because we are forced to do a retained spaceport mission. And this is going to be really hard. So this is a defense mission. And usually what happens in these missions is you just have endless streams of enemies pouring into the map, and you just have to hold out as long as you can. So even though it says here that we're not going to get very many enemies, these are just the ones that start on the map. More and more will come. Looking at the defense zone, this is our deployment area. Our defense zone is this gray box. There's some problems with it, I can see straight away. The biggest is that this side of the deployment zone, so like this area here, is invisible to us if we're on this side. Which means I can't just sort of set up and cover. I have to hold both sides of the deployment zone. I could set up here. There is some like nice cover in this spot and this spot. But if I split my team up too much, they can't support each other very well. And that's going to be a really big issue. What I could do is I could put someone here, and then maybe someone here, and then have someone back here. That's probably the best deployment, but that's still leaving a lot of people out in the open. The other issue that we have is that Rhea is now weary, and Tech is now weary, which means they can't come on this mission unless I want them to suffer huge penalties. And I don't mind losing out on Tech because we've got Fedor, we've got the Yaz here, but losing out on Rhea is a huge disadvantage because we're relying a lot on her vehicle to do a lot of the heavy lifting in the squad and in the team, and without her, that's a problem. Now, what I could do is I could come to the black market and I could easily put together enough money to get a pilot dossier to add a new pilot to the hiring area and hire that dossier, that pilot, and then put them in the vehicle as a cover for Rhea when she's tired, which is a good investment long term. The issue with that is I have 55 authority, and authority is the stat you use to buy units for. I don't think I can afford to take the authority hit at this point in time to buy another team member. Which means that we're going to have to go in with Pike, Karna, and Yaz to complete this mission, which is going to make it very difficult. First of all, let me just strip all the stuff off all the squaddies while I work this out. This is going to take a little bit of time. I also do have some promotions available. So one thing I've been looking at for a while is High Team Spirit. So this adds basically a new buff called High Spirits that units get from killing enemies and completing objectives. It gives you 5% accuracy and defense, and also plus 15% suppression reduction. Now, this is really, really nice, but it's also very expensive. It's going to use up all of my promotion points. There is also Hit the Deck, double defense and damage reduction when suppressed, and there's also Stubborn, which gets rid of the 30 AP suppressed debuff. Other options in here is that Fedor has access to, I can't even attempt to pronounce this, Gost de Previsto Babushki. Refill ammo, reduce suppression, and heal a squaddy. So he has a free ability, costs 0 action points to use, that recovers 25% of special and squad ammo, and reduces suppression by 33%. That does seem very, very useful. If I pick this up, I'll also be able to get counter-strike, which lets his squad shoot back once per round when they get fired at, which I think is very, very nice. The other thing I could look at doing here is maybe working my way towards Rally on Pike. Pike hasn't got a lot of stuff for him right now. He's mainly relying on Scout. I'd probably pick up either Disruptive Fire or Inspiring Presence here. But if I think about how I want to play this mission, this is going to have to plan this out very, very carefully. If I go with somebody here, and somebody here, the person back here needs a long-range weapon, probably an MMG or something. This will be an MMG team covering this back area. My issue with that is if someone gets around here, especially if they get here, and the enemies will come down here, they're going to end up flanked and they're going to end up cut to pieces. If I put everybody up here, the enemies will eventually get behind them and suppress them against the walls here, and they'll be in the objective zone. And I need to keep eyes on the whole objective zone. The best cover on the map is probably this position here and this position here, which gives me line of sight over this area and cover from basically every angle except the one we're going to be attacked for. So I could, for example, let me just add Pike to the mission. I could put Pike here, I could put Karda here, and we could have Fedor like doing some Fedor-y stuff around here or something. What I'm thinking at the moment is we put the boarding commando armor on Fedor, we give him an SMG, we don't give him a secondary, I don't think. We give him maybe smokes, and we max out his squad as much as we can. Let me just pull all the squad as we can off of this. That leads for a very nasty little squad. And then we maybe go for the suppression reduction and the counter-strike. And we use them as a mobile group to deal with anyone who gets like dug into this area. Then for Pike, well, for Karna, what we do is we give her the tripod CMG 50. We give her improved armor plating. We give her team probably a crowbar. And we set them up with extra ammo. And that gives her so much ammo because she's got share the load. So she could just use this machine gun pretty much forever. Then that leaves Pike's squad. I think we give Pike's the arc. We give his squad maybe the POW, just in case something does come in that we need to deal with. Unfortunately, the best armor we can put them in is soft armor. We give his team extra ammo. In fact, what we probably do is we get rid of the extra secondary ammo from him, and we give that to Pike, so he has additional secondary ammo. And we kind of use him as a rocket launcher squad, cleaning things up. But what I really want to do with him is use him to give people extra AP. The problem is this has quite a limited range. A true the issue is the range on this. If you just give it to anyone on the battlefield, it would be great. Card over here is on her own. Pike's on his own. If they get overwhelmed, they're kind of dead. The other option is I put Carta here, which gives her cover on these two sides. But that kind of leaves Fedor on his own to hold this side completely by himself. Now, I could put him in here, which is actually a really powerful position because he's got armor on all sides and he can shoot at anyone coming in here. And then as the mission goes on, he can jump in. It doesn't take the best use of the SMGs. This might be a better position for him here. But then again, he could still be flanked from the right-hand side. I don't want to put anyone in a tower because they could be just left out to dry in the towers. Could also put Fedor here, actually. Let's make sure everyone's on the mission. We're 269 points under, but I haven't actually given everyone squad mates. So let's get Carter's squad as big as we can. And I'll put the rest into Pike. Actually, no. What I should do is Pike has better stats than Carter. So I want more squaddies in Pike's squad than I want in Carter's squad. And let's grab the suppression reduction for you. And I'm going to grab Counter-Strike as well. That way he can get really stuck in close range fighting. I could also put Pike here and leave Carter there, but I think this just leaves this area too exposed. I think Pike here can lay down a lot of heavy fire for me. We only have to hold out for 8 turns. I'm just not sure where to put Fedor. Because of the close range of his weapon, I might want to put him here. The other option is instead of an SMG, I do something like I pick up a K-Pack for him, which is a mid-range assault rifle, or we go for another R14A2 ARC. Or we give Pike the K-Pack and we give Fedor the ARC. I just don't think the range on this is enough. But I think if we get caught up with lots of enemies around us, this is going to just murder people. And it's got the jetpack. I think we try it with the jetpack. We see how it goes. Don't want to leave Pike here. Yeah, let's just go for it. I've got a feeling this is going to be an incredibly hard mission. Everyone is maxed out on what they can carry. There's nothing else you can put in your inventory. I can give you more primary ammo. I don't think we really need that. Your guys have got some smoke. I think I'm actually going to give you more primary ammo. I will give Carter the smoke so she can smoke herself if she gets in trouble. We're only 68 points under with 3 infantry squads. Hopefully that's enough. Let's deploy. Alright. It's going to be pretty quiet to start with, but it's not going to stay that way for this mission. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by deploying everybody. So we have cover on all sides in this position. We have cover on almost all sides in this position. And we need to hold out for 8 turns without dying. That's the plan here. I'm going to just deploy you and get the tripod deployed. And I really want Yaz to kind of hold your back. So I think I am actually going to bring Yaz up to here for now until things get until I need to redeploy someone down to this area so that he can support. I might put Yaz here, or I might put Yaz here, because then he'll still have long range shots on anybody in that position. Yeah, I think this is going to be really hard. Okay, let's jump his squad into here. And that gives me a line of sight as well. And I'm going to deploy them, I think, in case they take fire. These guys should be pretty tough. They've got boarding commando armor. They've got a lot of HP. They should be pretty hardcore. I hope. I hope. Oh, I didn't end their turn. I thought the AI would be doing stuff while I was admiring them. Alright, we've got a truck coming in with outcasts. This looks like, whoops. We've got another truck coming with scavengers and another truck coming in with a chain gun squad. And another truck coming in with outcasts as well. It didn't breach the fence, though, so they can't actually get in this way at the moment. More outcasts. Again, didn't breach the fence. And we're back to us. Okay. So one big thing right now is until these vehicles actually break through this wall, they can't get in. No, that's huge. See, there's a lot of stuff coming in over here. It's only Fedor who can fight them. I want to try and take this out with Pike, I think. If I can destroy this, it's going to be a big bonus. Okay. That's actually quite nice for us. That's that squad stunned. I'm going to just shoot at this in the hopes that I take some of the passengers out. Okay, that was actually quite good fire. There was good effect on that target. Okay, civilians are moving. I'm just going to close this tab. Okay, there's now a breach in the fence. Enemies can get inside. Don't know where they're going, though. Okay. You don't have range on anything right now, do you? That's the MMG's range, right? 3, yeah. Not really covering anything I need to hit at the moment. Now, feeder squad cannot shoot anything here either just yet. And we don't have shots with the crowbars either. So I think I'm just going to end Carter's turn for now. She needs more turns anyway to build up that buff. Okay, I was hoping that one of these guys would move so that Fader Squad could engage them. I do have some shots, so I'm just going to take some shots with a long-range version. It's not going to do very much damage. Okay, that's actually, I think we may have just broke them. We actually almost wiped the squad. There's one mini left in that squad. One paper doll, whatever they're called. They might get out of the vehicle suppressed or pinned. Wavering. Cool. That's actually a pretty good result for SMG fire at that range. I'm quite happy with that. We can cut these guys to pieces with the SMGs. Oh, they are dead to Fader Squad. Got a flamethrower squad, though. That is a problem. Okay, we may have to engage these guys and then long range shoot at these guys with Fader Squad first next turn. Okay, there's another marksman squad coming in. Another outcast squad. Okay, those guys are moving a little bit further away, which makes them a little bit harder to deal with. Alright, we're going to start off with Fader Squad. Do I have range on these guys? I do. I'm going to take these guys out at long range first, or at least try and suppress them. Sadly, it wasn't good enough. Then I'm going to engage these guys. Okay, that's them totally wiped out, which is a good result. No, they got counterattacked. And that's them flaying. So that was the counterattacks perk already doing a thing for us. Alright, we've got these guys out here, Chingun team. I'm going to shoot at them, and then I'm going to take a shot with a PAL. I can't hit them, they're out of range. And I can't hit anything with, can't hit anything with a PAL either, from where we are. And I don't think Carter can hit anything right now either. The NMG's range is nice, but not nice enough for the moment. It's going to be better later in the mission, I think. We're probably going to get some people pushing in from the front. But right now, there's not a lot for her to do. I don't really want to move her because I like the side armor that she has in this position. We could maybe bring her back to here. But I'm just worried about her getting flanked on this side. The question is, I don't really want to move anybody. But I don't have the range to do anything right now. These guys are out of range. These guys are out of range. I'm going to end Carter's turn in case one of these moves into range of Pike. Okay, nobody moved into range of Pike, unfortunately. Let's give Carter another turn. And end Pike's turn. See if anyone gets into close enough range that I can make use of the MMG. Otherwise, it's going to be a big waste of points just sitting there in the middle of the map doing nothing because they keep hitting us from the flanks. Which is what I was worried would happen. Nah, she hasn't got range, has she? No, okay. So now we just have to let them finish off their turns. We've got some good fodder for Fedor at least. Okay, they're now going to start capping the point. Although they are suppressed. I think they're in range of Pike there. Okay, they're driving around the wreck. That's going to slow them down. That's our entire turn, just doing a big U-turn. We've got a chain gun squad coming in behind Fedor. If they get the flank, we're in trouble. Okay. I'll use his ability to drop. That's another flamethrower squad. I think I'm going to drop a missile here. Because there's just too many special weapons coming into this area now. There's some more scavengers. He will, yes. Okay. Some more outcasts. And more outcasts. So, this is what I was talking about. The enemies are just going to start flooding in. That's an EMP squad. We're not too worried about them. That's another chain gun squad. We are worried about them. And that is the Special Objective Boarding Commander squad we need to take out. One big issue we have here is the enemies have so many more action points than we do. Okay, I'm going to start with the Yaz. I want to try and wipe this squad out. If I can. Okay, cool. It's the more morale damage I can do, the better. Oh, I also want to drop Actually, I don't think I want to drop the missile there just yet. Let's try and hit these guys at long range. No, these guys are a bigger threat. Okay, they're now flaying. Great work by the Yaz's team. How suppressed are they? They're going to lose their suppression after I press the button. This is probably my next biggest threat, but I can't drop a missile on it yet because they're still very mobile. We're halfway through the mission at this point, but this is when the mission really starts. It's going to start getting really difficult from this point onwards. That's a big concern, because that's going to suppress us. Yep, there you go. Okay, you don't have a shot on anything right now. Everything is just outside your missile range, of course. But you can hit these guys. Oh, no, you can't hit them. They're out of range. Can Carter hit them? Carter can hit them with the MMG. If they're pinned, they're not capping the points. That's fine. Let's see about hitting these guys as well. Just try and rattle them out of the car. And I'll give her an extra shot with Pike once more actions have occurred. We're getting shot back at with the return fire perk, but they're too far away for it to really matter. Okay, let's give Carda an extra go. And there's really nothing for Pike to shoot at right now. Nothing is in range for him, so I'm going to end his turn. That's the chain gun squad we've already fired at. The more of these guys we get rid of, the easier life's going to be for us. I'm just going to hit him with the crowbars. Okay, good, he's dead. And that's more morale checks for the enemy. EMP squad moving in. And they're in the capture zone already. Outcasts going there. Here comes more boarding commandos. They are a problem if they get close. Scavengers. This vehicle here continuing to drive around slowly. More outcasts moving in. Another EMP squad. These guys were broken, but they've obviously rallied. Are they going to get in the tower? That's a problem if they do. No, but they're probably going to be a problem. Start suppressing Pike next turn. That guy is running, which is good for us. That's more boarding commandos. And another squad of boarding commandos. So this is a big problem over here. Like a massive problem. I'm going to try and take this out, and then I'm going to give Carter extra actions. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to give Carter... I can't afford to give Carter extra actions because I fired that. So let's just try and break this squad. We've got good cover, so it's probably not going to happen. No, okay.
Need to fix it flank.
Okay, we're in good cover here. We're not getting suppressed that badly. I want to get Carter going next. I want to take these guys out if I can. Okay, that's them completely wiped out. I'm actually going to drop a rocket here because what's happening is we're actually building up a little bit of a roadblock here. And I'm going to get her to try and hit these guys here. The more people we can suppress in here, the more damage they're going to take. We're on turn 5 of 8. We should hold out a little bit longer. Okay, they just got hit by the counterattack. I'm not going to do a lot of damage to them, unfortunately. Oh, the team got pinned. We can kill the suppression, which gives me back my my AP. And I think we're just going to shoot these guys with the long range stuff. I'm going to try and take out this squad here. Okay, it's going to be hard to get a kill at that range. But I managed to completely clear their pin there, which is really nice. And you get the AP back when you do that, which is good to know. But the more people who park here, the more we're going to hit with the missile. The scavenger squad is moving in, though. Getting very close to Fedor, though. That's a very dangerous position to be in. And they're already coming out of here wavering. They are wavering, right? Yeah, they are wavering. Boarding commandos, I'm really scared of them. Just stop in there. Damn. Oh, look, get back out? Yeah, okay. Get hit by the missile, please, boarding commandos. Okay, these guys back here are still shooting at us. They've actually got really good stats for shooting from there. We're just going to start fast forward through this. These guys are now a concern because they're moving into this position. And boarding commandos moving up. And these more boarding commandos coming from behind. Alright, we're on to turn 6 very soon, but the next 2 turns are going to be crucial. Okay, he's parked in the danger zone. That's a chain gun squad that just cruised in from behind us, right into the middle of the defense zone. Disaster for us. They're going to cap a huge chunk of it. And they're going to suppress Carda. Okay, he's jammed. That's a gift for us. We really need that kind of thing to happen a lot. They are in the danger zone still. This guy should be running away, but he's... Yeah, there he goes. He's seen too many bad things. And he's actually disbanded, which is great for us. Okay, we just have to hold for 2 more turns. I think Carter needs to go here because she's in danger of being suppressed. I'm going to try and take this squad down here out. And then we're going to try... That's them suppressed because we're not seeing a cap anymore. And then I'm going... Everything here is about to get hit by a missile. Who is exposed to me right now? Can't hit them. These guys are not about to get hit by a missile, but I was going to try and kill them with Fedor. These guys are probably going to survive this missile strike, so I'm going to suppress them, and it should suppress a lot of the guys around them as well. They have counterattack, which is a problem, but we hit them at long range. Okay, good. They jammed as well. Pike got suppressed, which means he only gets 1 shot. Here comes the missile. Okay, that was pretty good. Can't hit these guys. Can't hit this. Okay, we're going to go switch to... Can't shoot them. Pike can't do a ton from here, unfortunately. He's kind of a bit pinned by these guys, though. So my options really are, do I shoot back at these guys, or do I reposition to here, which I think will force them to come in a little bit, maybe get out of that really good cover that they've got. They've got perfect cover to me, and there's no other targets for me to shoot at. We're going to hold Pike for the moment. We're going to switch to Fedor. We're going to engage these guys at close range. We do extra damage. Let me see this icon here. That's telling me that... where is it? His main ability. Plus 50% accuracy and damage against wavering and fleeing enemies. These guys are unaffected. Okay, no, it's... So they're not wavering or fleeing. Oh, they are wavering, so I get the extra band damage bonus against them. Let's see how bad this gets. Okay, that's why I really like this squad. Alright, I'm going to shoot these guys with the long-range version of the SMGs. It's better than nothing. Okay. Not greatest damage, but they did something. They're suppressed. We'll have to clear their suppression next turn with his ability, but they only have 1 more use of it. Okay, it is now just Pike left. I can give Carda an extra go, and that's Pike's turn done if I do that.
You're never going home.
You guys can run down there if you want, because you can't capture the point from down there. Alright, what are we going to do with Carda here? Carda has a go. I could hit one of these vehicles and just try and chew up the crew inside. I think I'm going to do that for here. Okay, I think 1 guy flew out. We have to complete turn 8, so we actually have to get to turn 9 to complete this mission. Okay, they're wavering, which is great. That's a problem. I can't stop them right now. They're shooting at civilians. That sporting commando is moving in. They're getting very close to Pike's squad. Flamethrower squad is still alive, but that's all they can do. There's 2 of them there. That's what's happening. Okay. Another flamethrower squad. That's a flamethrower, not an EMP, I'm pretty sure. It is a flamethrower truck, yeah. Pike misidentified that enemy. Okay. We've got enemies all over us right now, in every direction. Carter's squad is in a little bit of trouble, but I think we MMG these guys, and then I maybe try and hit the boarding commandos to protect Pike. Okay, that's them wiped out. They're now fleeing. Now let's see what we can do here. Okay, not as good, because boarding commandos have really heavy armor. If they want to keep shooting... Okay, they decided to shoot at my guys and pin them. That's okay, we can remove the pin with his ability. So I'm going to use the last charge of this. And they're back to 70 AP. So what do we do with their 70 AP? There's not many great targets for them here. We're going to try and do massive damage to these guys at long range with the do extra damage ability. Okay, that's then wiped out. Cool. That's all they can do this turn. Okay, they're gun jammed. That's such a gift for us. Pike squad, I think, are going to go full auto on this squad here and try and kill the guys in the vehicle. The other options I give Carda. I'm going to give Carda an extra action, and I'm just going to shoot at these guys. That's not actually as good for me, is it? Let's just take it. Okay, it's on fire. It's going next, of course. The fire may cause the vehicle to blow up at the end of its turn. They're instantly wavering, but they're not out. Okay, I want you to hit these guys with your MMG right now. Because you cannot have guys with SMGs that close to you. Alright, these guys are moving in. We need to survive one more turn of this.
Those breakfast pancakes were a mistake.
There's 3 guys left in that squad. This is the flamethrower squad moving in. They're currently not that big of a threat. Except to these poor civilians. They are in the capture zone, though. Yeah, they are in the capture zone. Oh. Guy's throwing a grenade at the civilians. Okay, they're just bothering the civilians. This thing is a big problem, but it's getting really close to feed our squad, and at this range, his SMGs can cut it to pieces. SMGs are surprisingly good against vehicles at very close range, especially light vehicles like this one. Flamethrower squad moving up. They're not in the capture zone. These guys are moving out of the capture zone? No, they're not. Okay, we're 1 turn away. There's more scavengers moving in. These guys, I think, are fleeing. No, they're just repositioning. Those guys are fleeing, which is good. And we're back to our turn. Okay, I think we start with Fedor here. And we try and wipe this truck out. And then we shoot at these guys down here. That's what I think we do. Okay, I either get to shoot at this again, which will probably kill it, or I fire at these guys. I think I'm just going to try and kill the truck. Okay, it has, hang on, a big fire, which is a good chance of killing it. But that's the end of their turn. We just have to make it through this turn. We have to watch this doesn't fill up all the way. If it doesn't fill up all the way, we've won the mission. Okay, their chain gun is finally unjammed. 3, 4, 5. They fired 5 times at Pike Squad. I'm going to go with Carda next. I'm going to try and cut these guys up. Okay, they're down. And can I hit these guys here? Okay, they're also out. Okay, good. Let's end Carda's turn. Okay, Pike is next. Pike is suppressed, so I only have 70 AP on him. I think the correct play here is to give Carda an additional action and end his turn. As long as they're not close enough to flamethrower these guys, I'm not worried. All we need to do is make it through this turn. Okay, Carda's up. I could shoot these guys. I think they're the only valid target for Carda. So let's just try and cut them up. Again, we don't have enough AP to do a spray, so we're just going to use the MMG. I really wanted to kill them, but they're pinned. That's good enough. Okay, now it's just down to the enemy. Scavengers moving in. Some outcasts have arrived in the capture zone. This vehicle's trying to get away. Will it explode at the end of turn? That was the fire, I think. And it's fleeing. That's it fled the battlefield. That's it. That's the end of it. We have completed the mission. We've only failed 1 objective, which is keep control of the objective above 80%. We killed the pirate boarding commander. We kept control over 40%. We're going to complete it without losing a squad or vehicle. We're going to complete the mission with less than 3 squads. Let's leave the mission. That could have gone so much worse. We really got very lucky there. Especially only having 3 squads for that. My goodness. Alright, what did we get? We got 6 scrap bombs, 2 of these, a flamethrower. What's this? A mounted vehicle chain gun. It's actually quite nice, this thing. I've used it before. It only needs 20 AP to fire. So if you just want to suppress people, it's actually quite a good weapon. I think it takes a medium slot, though. Yeah, it takes a medium slot. Alright. Carda is now weary, but Pike and the Yaz are fine. So Carda's going to have to sit out the next mission, which is okay with us, because we're managing our people's their what's the word? Not their morale, but their like energy well. Okay. I think we've had enough right now for this mission. We have to do a defeat pirate force next, which is just like a battle royale against a bunch of enemies. But we're gonna have Rhea back for that. So I think I'm gonna go into that. We've got 1,000. I think I'm. Do you want to sneak this to the end of this video? No, I think we're about an hour for this video. So we'll do a part 2 for this, which I'll get out next. For now, I'm going to take a break. These have been 2 very difficult missions. You can see how much the difficulty has jumped up now that we've hit this stage of the game, and it's going to happen again. We haven't even taken on Rogue Army yet. We need better anti-tank weapons. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you're enjoying Menace as much as I am. I'll be back with Terra Invicta this week. I'm going to get you another Xenonauts out. I will not be streaming next weekend because I'm away, but I'll be back hopefully with Unicorn Overlord after that. And obviously we'll be continuing Warhammer 40,000 on Thursday, or probably Wednesday for most of you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao for now. See ya.